Welcome to another how-to video from Bugspray.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about a product called Drione Dust. As the name implies, this is a dust material, and many people will pass over such formulations and choose things like emulsifiable concentrates or liquid materials, possibly an aerosol because they're ready to use. And products like dust just aren't as common these days, yet they are definitely very effective, and when you know where and how to use them, there's pretty much no pest that it can't handle. So I'm going to tell you some of the advantages that Drione has, and maybe you can understand how it might be able to help you with your pest problem. As you can see, Drione is very powdery. I would best describe it like a talc powder or baby powder, maybe a confection sugar. It's light and airy, and it has two main ingredients that make it very effective. 40% of it, almost half, is comprised of silica gel, and silica gel is a material that absorbs moisture. So when applied directly to an insect, it will literally cut through the exoskeleton or the shell of the insect and deprive it of moisture very quickly. This impact is devastating to an insect, and for the most part will kill any in a short period of time. More importantly, it's extremely irritable to them, and they don't like it. So where you apply Drione, you can effectively keep insects away. That's a real big advantage to this product. In a dry environment like an attic or a wall space that's not seeing any type of moisture, this material can last for years. I've seen it in walls for years, and I've seen it effectively keep out anything from roaches to ants to wasps for years. So in a perfect environment, it can last that long. In the real world, it probably is lasting several months, maybe 3 to 6 months on average, and if you get a year out of it, that would be good. I would consider reapplying it after a year if you're having trouble situations and want to make sure that you've got it in place and working for you. The other component of Drione is pyrethrin, and pyrethrin is extremely irritable again to insects, and when applied around them will essentially flush them, will get them to come out. And the pyrethrin works in conjunction with the silica gel in Drione so that the silica gel can do the dirty work. Once the insect gets moving around because of the pyrethrin, it is able to cut through the insect's exoskeleton. So again, the dehydration kicks into place because of how the silica gel works. So the two work hand in hand, and the great thing about this product is that it covers big areas with a little bit of effort, and this is important for many types of pests. Drione can be used effectively inside the home for pests like bed bugs and roaches, but outside the house and around siding and soffits and shingles and wall spaces are where it can really prove to be second to none. Places where certain pests like cluster flies and yellow jackets and carpenter bees or ants, wasps, silverfish, insects that like to crawl up and under shingles or siding. Many times people wonder how can they get something into that void to make an impact, and clearly Drione is the best product for that situation. So what I'm going to do now is literally show you. I'm going to apply some into siding, and you're going to see how it floats around. Because it is such a light powdery type material, when applied up into siding and into cracks and spaces commonly found on the outside of any home, this product, like smoke, will kind of permeate up into the spaces where insects like to go, and that really helps it get to where it needs to be. So in most cases it can reach where no liquid spray can reach, and although aerosols might be able to get up in there, it's not likely that they'll be able to provide nearly as long of a residual. Now I'm going to demonstrate how the Drione effectively gets up underneath the siding when applied with a duster. Again, the Drione is very light and airy, and the spaces that are up underneath siding, which is applied in an overlapping design, such as cedar shakes. On this house, the cedar shakes go up and up and up and up, and insects will invariably find their way either between the shakes or underneath them. So this is a great example of where Drione should be applied. Yes, you can spray the outside of these shakes with a liquid material, and that will definitely help, and we do tell you to do that. That's pretty much a standard type treatment, but that by itself is probably not going to stop the ones or quickly affect the ones that are up underneath these shakes. So let me do a little dusting here, and I'm gonna hopefully let you see just how the dust floats up when it's shot into these cracks. Here again, we got a gap here between the shakes, and there's the space underneath the shakes. So ideally I want to get dust up in here. I'm squirting here, and you can see the dust literally bellowing out all up here. Look at this, it's coming out here and here. Okay, so this makes Drione just an excellent product for this situation, whether it's carpenter ants or wasps or carpenter bees. Many times we get people calling and saying, hey, I've got insects going through this crack. They're going up inside these gaps between the shakes. How do I get anything in there? The liquid treatment just seems to roll off as I apply it. Get Drione. You get some Drione up underneath those shakes and shingles, and there's no insect that's going to be able to withstand that treatment. And I said shingles. I'm talking about roof shingles. Many times silverfish and other pests will be up on the rooftop. Drione's excellent for that application as well. So if you've got one of the pests that has Drione listed as a good product option, don't be afraid to learn how to use it. Drione has been around for a long time, and it's arguably one of the best products still available for pest control. So put it to use. And thank you for watching this how-to video from Bugspray.com.